And wah freaking law, Wally Dolly Doll. We did it. Hey everybody, welcome back to another Satisfactory playthrough series episode. This is going to be, I believe, episode 60, the big 60. We are turning 60 today. So much content. It's crazy. We still have so much to do. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you guys are still enjoying the series. Let me know in the comments below what you guys want to see, if you like the episodes just the way they are, or if you have any suggestions for me. Still open to ideas of editing, you know, how long or short the videos are, background music, etc. So yeah, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. If you are new here and you do enjoy this episode, please consider subscribing for all the episodes in the playthrough series. I also have a playlist in the description as well as in a card above this video. And as always, like the video if you enjoy it. Let's get into it. So we've been doing a lot of work on our factory, and we installed a badass train line that is now bringing plastic into our base. We've got this huge assembly center and a huge copper factory over here that's giving us more than enough cable and wire. Right now, the biggest bottleneck in our factory is the iron line, and it's this thing that we built really early on in the series, and it's outdated. It needs to be totally redone. We're gonna break this thing apart, and I have a new vision for how this is gonna go. So what I'm gonna do is completely tear this place down, and I have this new organizational idea to basically make everything in the same way I laid out the steel factory. So my idea is to have the miners and smelters all in one spot near the mines and produce ingots that are then going to be sent over to a central iron area, and then that way we can do that at all the different iron nodes around here and simply just bring the ingots to where we want to use them. So that's kind of my idea. What is up with this rendering? Look at this half rock. And so that's the idea behind me setting up these miners over here. I'm also going to set up smelters so that, again, we produce the ingots on site, and then we'll be bringing the ingots to a central area, which is going to be the new iron factory. And I'm thinking to do that here in this area because it's really big. It is sloped, so that kind of sucks. We're gonna have to probably start up here, and then over there it's just gonna be much more elevated. So we've got 6 iron nodes here. We've got 3 beneath us down there, and we have, I think, 2 or 3 in this area just on the other side of the copper that are all impure, except for our original one, which is normal. And so it's not gonna be a whole lot more iron, but we have additional iron nodes that are way out there near our, basically where we're extracting the oil. So if we do need to, we could also add some more miners over there and then bring iron ingots on the train. And I am willing to do whatever it takes to make this as productive as possible. So today is a demo day. We're going to be taking apart this whole thing. Okay, so I'm actually going to start by clearing out this area and starting the new building for what's going to be our new iron factory. We're just going to leave the current one running because why not have it produce since this is probably going to take me a little while. And then yeah, at the very end we'll demo that, get all these miners producing ingots, and then hook it into the main factory. So let's get started. And by the way, I decided we don't really need to use the chainsaw anymore because we've got tractors, and these are definitely the best weed whackers in my opinion. Best obstacle clearing in the game. So we're gonna run around and stomp on all these trees.
A few moments later.
Okay, we have effectively murdered every plant, every tree in this workable area. So next part is laying down the foundation. This is the most important part. This is where everything builds from. So we gotta do a good job here. Okay, so we have basically just a very simple foundation to start, and I'm not sure I'm going to make it much bigger. We have so much space out here, but I don't know that we're going to need that much space since we're going to be starting from ingots here. So we'll leave it like this for now, and the next thing I'm going to do is head over to each of the nodes and get the ingot production going on site before we figure out, I don't know how exactly we're going to get the ingots to the iron factory. We might have to use multiple systems, but yeah, let's just get the smelters up and running. Okay, so we're down here at the mines, the first set of iron mines over here, and we have this foundation that we set up, and this thing's gonna be super simple. We've got 1, 2, and 4 over there for a total of 6 miners here, and these are all impure, so we're getting 60 out of each, and it's going to be 2 smelters per miner, so we're going to have a total of 12 smelters, and I'm just going to lay them down in a long line like that, collect all the outputs here, and single level 4 belt should be enough actually to capture all this, and then we'll hook it up to the main iron factory over there. So I'm just going to finish this part up, and that's already going to add 360 additional ore per minute, so not bad, not bad. Oh boy, okay, alright. Oh man, look at this sloth, just showing off his butt over here. We just finished setting up this first iron ingot production area. We've got 12 smelters up. They are all hooked up to the miners. Everything is load balanced and they're running. So we've got ingots being produced and collected all into this one merger. We're making 360 ingots per minute at this one site. So that is going to be easily fed into the new iron factory once we're ready. By the way, I have been playing this game for how long? And my base has been right freaking there. I barely discovered this cave here the other day, and if I had known about it earlier, man, look at all the mycelia here. This is a primo source of mycelia, and I was venturing out so far to find mycelia when I had it right under my base the whole time. Anyway, if you didn't know, there's a cave there and you can get mycelia for your reference. So what we're gonna do now is head over to the other mines. I think there's 2 or 3 over here. Let's see. Okay, there's 2 right there, and I thought there was another one, but it might just be those. Let's do a quick scan. Okay, I guess it's just those 2. Oh, that's pretty lame, because it's just 2 impure ones here. Yeah, these are impure, but I mean, that's still 120 that we can get here with 2 miners. So we'll go ahead and tap into it anyway, and then hook that up to the main factory. Not without getting parts though. All right, people, so we got the additional 2 miners set up over here on these impure nodes. So each of these is giving us 60 ore per minute, and we're now getting how many ingots? Each smelter does 30, so yeah, it's still a 1-to-1, so we're producing 120 ingots per minute over here. Now combined, this new site plus the other new site that we just hooked up over there, we're getting an additional 480 ingots per minute. And just to give you an idea of how much production that's going to boost us with, these 3 here, we're producing, one of these is overclocked and these are normal nodes, so all combined there's about 300 ingots being produced at this site per minute right now, and that's with only 1 overclocked. So we're gonna go from 300, add the 480 coming out of these new mines, and then overclock these, which should put us well over 1,000 ingots per minute. So we're gonna more than triple our iron ingot production, which is awesome. Now the last step is to, well, not the last step, but we're gonna go ahead and demo all of this. It's gonna be a nightmare to just look at all of the parts coming out of this one building feeding into the assembly supercenter. it's going to be a nightmare to reconnect everything, but it must be done. So I'm actually thinking of maybe leaving this for now, just because then I could figure out how to reconnect everything later, and then just disconnecting the miners and hooking them into the main site while we rebuild. So I might do that, but yeah, let's go ahead and disconnect the miners and get everything routed to the new site. Now I need to figure out where I want how I want the direction to flow in this new factory. I need to figure out a central place for all of the ingots to come in, and then decide which way we want production to flow. What makes the most sense to me is if you had everything flowing this way, because the assembly factory is there, so you want the output to then go in that direction. Or this way, I guess. If we did it this way, then everything could flow off into that direction as well. I kind of should have probably thought about that earlier, and then maybe built the edge kind of this way so that I was parallel with this, but that's okay. One thing I'm thinking for scaling purposes is we have room on this side to build out more, so I think it makes more sense to have things flow in that direction. So yeah, I think ingots are going to come in from this side, and then we will have our flow that way and collect everything over here before sending it that way. So we need a central location to collect all the ingots. Probably start with some boxes down here. Okay guys, I need to fess up to something. I'm a little embarrassed, but I gotta be honest. These miners were all Mach 1s. I kid you not, we had Mach 1 miners, at least on these two. I don't remember about that one. That one might have been replaced already, but these two were Mach 1 miners, and so we were only getting 60 from our mines here, even though they're normal. So that's part of the reason why we had such little throughput at the iron factory. Now they've all been upgraded to Mach 2s, and I overclocked all three of them, so we can get a total of 300 ore per minute per miner. That's a total of 900 here, even without adding the two new sites. That's already 3x production increase in our ingots. So we're gonna have so much freaking iron. I mean, we're gonna have like over 1500 ingots per minute being produced by the time we're done with this. So right now I just turned them all towards the cliff, and I built this little buffer station over there. That's where all of the ingots are going to get fed into, and then you can see I already hooked up that one through the back, and then these will get split into whatever we need up here. So it's looking pretty good so far, if I do say so myself. Let's keep it going, because I've already been playing for like at least 2 hours, and we can't be doing this the whole day. So let's get her done. Wow. We have been busy over here. Let me explain what just happened. We basically relayed out the buffer, and I know there's a lot of crazy belts going on here, but let's trace them back. So these three level 4 belts, these three Mach 4 belts, are coming from the three original normal nodes that we had at our original factory, and those miners have been overclocked, so each of them is bringing 300 ore per minute on each one of these lines, and those are being split two ways. So we've got 150 and 150 going into pairs of boxes here, as you can see on this first level. Then on the second level, what we have is we've got the new line that's giving us 120 from the two impure nodes over there, and that's being fed into this merger along with the 300 that we're getting from the new site over here. So that belt's maxed at 480. It's not exactly load balanced. We're bringing in more than 480, but that is then the 480 is being split three ways into these three splitters on the second level, and that's being split again 2 ways into the same boxes. So basically that ensures that all of these boxes are kind of being filled up evenly, and this is going to act as our buffer. Now from this side we can basically pull from any pair of boxes, any pair here, and we can pull a full 480 from each one of these pairs. So huge gain in throughput, and these belts aren't necessarily running yet because we haven't hooked them up to power. So let's go do that, and that's probably going to be the end of this episode because building out this factory gonna take a whole lot more time and energy. But let's get these online at least. Let's see, where do we have? Okay, here we go. Get a power line here. And again, these three are all overclocked 300%. So we're gonna have 300 ingots per minute on all three of these lines. Sorry, not ingots, ores. 300 ore per minute. Let's go see it in action. So here are those lines, 300 each. And now we're talking. Now, oh God, no. What are we doing? No. Oh, okay, ignore all of that. That was a big party foul. We just fed ore into precious ingot buffer. Did not mean to do that. Total accident. So we're gonna clean this up and set up a smelting area for these guys. Hopefully then this will be set up properly. And I think I'm gonna do it down here since we've got the open area. We'll do it on the floor beneath. All right, here we go. Some more. It's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it. And unfortunately, it's me. Alright, so we just set up the first 10 of the smelters that are going to be fed from one level 4 belt from one miner carrying 300 ore per minute. And basically we just need to rinse and repeat 2 more times to have a total of 3 sets, for one for each of the belts. So let's go ahead and finish this up. By the way, why does everything look so white? My game rendering is so weird right now. Oh wait, never mind, they changed the colors on these? Oh, how interesting. I didn't realize the color change here. So for a splitter, you have the orange side for the incoming, and then for, it's kind of inverted for the merger. That's cool. So yeah, let's keep this going. Okay. Progress update on this mega redesign of our iron factory. We've got 30 new smelters up right here. They're all laid out. All that's left to do is now hook them up to power and connect them to the miners. And we should finally be able to get the ingots to our buffer over here. My goodness, this took me forever. Let's go ahead and get this done, shall we? So everything's going to be connected through these level 4 belts, and hopefully we'll have everything running by the end of this episode. I gotta be honest, when I started this project, or this episode, I really did not think it would be taking me 3 hours to complete, but here we are, 3 hours later. Okay, we finally got everything hooked up. It's all on power. We just haven't set the recipes, but we've got the 3 belts coming in this way now, and it's still split the way I explained it before. It's just that the belts are being fed in from this side now. And all there's left to do is set the recipes, and behold. This is gonna take me a while. So much iron. And wah freaking law. Wally dolly daw. Shibboleth ba. Take that. Suck it. We did it. We've got so many ingots. Okay. Yes. Yes. Look at all this beautiful iron gold. That doesn't make sense, but it's just as valuable. We have so much iron. We have more iron than your mom has white hairs now. This is a lot of iron. So if I wanted more iron, I certainly got it this episode. In the next episode, we are gonna have to use all this iron. We're gonna have to figure out how to use it all, and we've got the space for it here in the new iron factory. It's gonna be bigger, better, more efficient, more higher throughput than ever, and we'll be tearing this thing down on as well. This is all going to be replaced by this new mega iron factory. So we're going to get started in that in the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Again, smash the like button if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.